Hello, first graders. I'm Miss Carter here. We're going to read a really good story today titled Abuela. And we're going to be focusing on the setting and talking about the setting some. Remember, the setting of a story is where it happens. It could be in a castle, on a train, on a rocket. And when, the time of day, the time of year, the season, all of those things are important. And be asking yourself, why is the setting important to the story? Listen to how the setting in this great story changes. Do you love your grandma? The little girl in this story does.
Abuela by Arthur Dorros, illustrated by Elisa Clevin. Abuela takes me on the bus. We go all around the city. Abuela is my grandma. She is my mother's mother. Abuela means grandma in Spanish. Abuela speaks mostly Spanish because that's what people spoke where she grew up before she came to this country. Abuela and I are always going places. Today we're going to the park. El parque es lindo, says Abuela. I know what she means. I think the park is beautiful too. Tantos pájaros, Abuela says, as a flock of birds surrounds us. So many birds. They're picking up the bread we brought.
Wow, boys and girls, look at this picture. Look at this. Look at the birds and trees. All the birds are so colorful. What do you think makes the park beautiful? It's a beautiful park.
What if they picked me up and carried me high above the park? What if I could fly? Abuela would wonder where I was. Swooping like a bird, I'd call to her.
So, I wonder if the little girl really flies. Do you think she does? No. She can't really fly. She's just wondering if she could swoop like a bird and fly. That's what it would look like from way up high.
Then she'd see me flying. Rosalba the bird. Rosalba el pájaro, she'd say. Bien, abuela, come, abuela, I'd say. Sí, quiero volar, abuela would reply, as she leaped into the sky, with her skirt flapping in the wind. We would fly all over the city. Mira, abuela would say, pointing, and I'd look as we soared over parks and streets, dogs and people. We'd wave to the people waiting for the bus. Buenos dias, we'd say. Buenos dias, good morning, they'd call up to us. We'd fly over factories and trains.
Wow, I sure would like to fly like that. That looks so much like so much fun, and you can see so much more.
And glide close to the sea. Cerca del mar, we'd say. We'd almost touch the tops of waves. Abuela's skirt would be a sail. She could race with the sailboats. I'll bet she'd win.
Do you see Abuela's dress flying up like right here? And you see the sails here on the sailboats. That's where they're comparing those two things. But her dress really couldn't be like a sail, could it?
We'd fly to where the ships are docked and watch people unload fruits from the land where Abuela grew up. Mangoes, bananas, papayas, those are all Spanish words. So are rodeo, patio, and burro. Maybe we'd see a cousin of Abuela's hooking boxes of fruit to a crane. We saw her cousin Daniel once, unloading and loading the ships. Out past the boats in the harbor, we'd see the Statue of Liberty. Me gusta, Abuela would say. Abuela really likes her. I do too. We would circle around Liberty's head and wave to the people visiting her. That would remind Abuela of when she first came to this country. Vamos al aeropuerto, she'd say. She'd take me to the airport where the plane that first brought her landed. Cuidado, Abuela would tell me. We'd have to be careful as we went for a short ride.
Why do you think they would have to be careful as they go for a little ride? Could be, look at them hanging on the wings right here. Could be dangerous, couldn't it?
Then we could fly to Tio Pablo's and Tia Elisa's store. Pablo is my uncle, my tio, and Elisa is my aunt, my tia. They'd be surprised when we flew in, but they'd offer us a cool limonada. Flying is hot work. Pero quiero volar más, Abuela would say. She wants to fly more. I want to fly more too. We could fly to las nubes, the clouds. One looks like a cat, un gato. One looks like a bear, un oso. One looks like a chair, una silla. Descansemos un momento, Abuela would say. She wants to rest a moment. We would rest in our chair, and Abuela would hold me in her arms with the whole sky, our house, nuestra casa.
Oh, look, they're sitting together on a cloud.
We'd be as high as airplanes, balloons, and birds, and higher than the tall buildings downtown. But we'd fly there too, to look around. We could find the building where my father works. Hola, Papa, I'd say as I waved. And Abuela would do a flip for fun as we passed by the windows.
I see her right here flipping over.
Mira, I hear Abuela say. Look, she's telling me. I do look. And we are back in the park. We are walking by the lake. Abuela probably wants to go for a boat ride. Vamos a otra aventura, she says. She wants us to go for another adventure.
Another one.
That's just one of the things I love about Abuela. She likes adventures.
Do you like going on adventures too?
Abuela takes my hand. Vamos, she says. Let's go.
I enjoyed reading that book with you boys and girls. And if we think back now to the setting, where were the